Never try to take the role of a father.
Like, what are the roles of the fathers?
Yes.
Like, if
For-
I'm let's say I'm treating someone, then I'm doing, what should I not do? What should I do?
Like one good example would be if she's a girlfriend. I don't think it's wise to take her to school.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it.
That's the most like
I knew it. I was like, yeah.
it goes on to it's actually true that the man is the problem, because if you don't.
What's up, guys? What's up? Welcome to another episode of Life in Real Time. Guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We are back because of you. This episode is by public demand. It's by public demand. You guys have asked for more, then we are here to deliver, and we are not stopping at anything. We'll stop at nothing to give you your favorite podcast. Gabs, what do you think about the previous episode?
That previous episode sent shockwaves, bro.
Shockwaves, eh?
Shockwaves around the city, around the internet. I was getting texts from people I last spoke to. Like, hey, bro, was that you? Really? Yeah, so it had to happen. We had to shoot another one.
Shockwaves, like, what do you mean, like the positive one or the negative one? Because, you know,
Yeah.
I've been receiving some mixed emotions out there. You know, people always have something to say.
Yeah.
Like, but you know, it's actually a good thing. If you can take criticism, you will not enjoy life. And some of the reviews, I was just taking it like something which I can learn from.
Yeah.
And some of them, they were just like genuine. You can actually tell like, this person is just being genuine. And all of you guys were just being genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of you guys were just being genuine. I think I should give a shout out. But no.
No, the podcast was doing the most, and even on Instagram, YouTube, you guys were showing us love, and yeah, I know it was too much love, and we'd actually want to appreciate you guys for making us reach to 500 subscribers, 500 plus subscribers, and that was good. And the first video is already over 500 views, and yeah, we're doing the most, and we couldn't do this without you guys, so we just want to appreciate you guys. And welcome back to episode 2 of Life in Real Time. And yeah, let's get it.
Yeah.
It's deep.
Ranga has said it. Ranga has said it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nah, it's just dope.
Yeah. We see.
Crazy, man. You know, I didn't expect us to get, you know, like, I was like, oh, I'm going to get even 50 subscribers.
Yeah, I know.
But bruh, it's going to 500 subscribers
Yeah.
on the first video. Just one video, 500 subscribers. And now we are looking up to 1,000 viewers.
Yeah.
Road to 1K, yeah.
Road to 1K.
Yeah, 1,000 subscribers coming after we drop this video, and I know you guys have got us, and we like I said last episode, this is just the beginning, and we're about to take off. So let's get it.
Guys, don't laugh alone. Don't laugh alone. Don't enjoy it alone, guys. You know, when you're playing that video, send the link to your friend, send the link to your girlfriend, to your boyfriend, or to your sneaky link. You know, share the video.
You know, I just want to warn you guys, don't take all these things, what these guys say, don't take it personal. You're just having fun, don't take it personal. These guys, like, they can say some things which may affect you in some way, but I'm just here to tell you, don't take it personal. We're just here to have fun, and I think we should throw a part after, if we reach 1,000 subscribers and more than 1,000.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
I know, that's definitely coming soon. So
It's in the works, yeah?
yeah, it's in the works. So
1K, so we've said it here. You've heard it here first.
we host the party.
Yeah.
You know what time it is. And saying of the parties, like what are the current affairs, like what's happening in Chijo currently? Like what's happening?
But wait, before you go there, like, what do you think? Like, I think like there was some kind of division between our viewers, like people who are actually in China.
Yeah.
They reacted differently to our podcast than people who are actually outside China. What do you think?
Yeah, that one is more of like people from back home,
Yeah.
like because the comments I received was more of like, oh, why do you tell us channels like that? And like that, you know. And then people from here are like, they're curious to know like what more we have about Suzhou or whatever, what's happening in the city, what's happening in China as a whole. So people had different views. Back home in Africa, people are like, okay, why did you tell us China was this fun? Because people only think that China was cool, but we also have good lives, you know, and people are living the way they want to live here, and it's proper.
Yeah. And there's one thing that I want to clear out, like you guys, we don't eat dogs in China. We don't eat dogs. They have chicken, they have beef, they have pork, they have mutton, they have everything here. They have McDonald's, they have KFC.
But so, on that one, some eat dogs. So let's not cancel out that Chinese people eat dogs.
Everywhere.
And yeah, true. And some of the foreigners also eat dogs. But if you know, as we grew up in Africa, you can't come here and start eating a dog. So there's all kinds of meat, like you said.
Yeah. While on that, I actually saw a video online of some guys in Cape Town. They were making sausage rolls using dog meat.
Were they Chinese?
Yeah. No, not Chinese. Africans.
It'd be a whole piece.
It's all your
I
own
actually
thing.
know of a guy.
They
Like,
were
I was
making,
speaking with him.
I think they were using dog food to make sausage rolls.
Yeah, but even currently, like I think it was my second year in China. One of my friends, they went and bought dog meat at the market, and then they cooked that meat there, and then they called me like, okay, I've got some meat if you want to try. And then so when I went to their place, and then they're like, okay, there's the meat in the pot. Then I opened, and then the meat looked like super weird, right? And then I'm like, yeah, what kind of meat is this? And
Wait, how did it look like? Describe it to the
And
viewers. You want to see what
because I'm sure if you're eating a dog meat, it has to be like prepared properly.
Yeah.
You understand? So with them, I think they lack that like knowledge of knowing how to prepare it. So it looked white and it was
Oh, it was like
Did you
pale.
eat?
No, I didn't. So I asked, you know what?
okay.
No, I didn't.
No one knows. No one knows.
No.
We're not there. I think we should invite the guys so that they can
Yeah.
explain their side. Okay.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is that they called me and then I'm like, nigga, what's this? And then like meat. I was like, what kind of meat? So they were what spectacle? Like they were not even sure what kind of meat it was. Then it also clicked into my mind that this guy's never invited me for anything. So why all of a sudden is he inviting me to come and eat meat now? Then only later to find out when we were chilling later, like that was actually dog meat. I was like, you guys are crazy. How can you eat dog meat?
So you just didn't eat
No, I didn't eat.
meat because of just instinct.
No, they were not sure what kind of meat it is in knowing in China. Because when I actually first came here, I was only eating chicken. I was not even trying beef. I was not even trying any funny stuff because I didn't know. Because a chicken drumstick, you can see, okay, this is a chicken drumstick. So that's what I was doing. So I was not like, I was very much skeptical when it came to the food. I'm like, nah, I can't eat that.
And you know, it's actually fun. And some of the viewers were saying there's actually a topic you guys mentioned and you didn't go deep about it. We want to know, like, how is it supposed to be? You guys just mentioned the topic.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about. Let them know what do you, I think the topic was like, it was modesty.
Yeah,
Right.
modern day modesty.
Modesty.
Yeah, that was the topic.
So in your own way, like, can you describe, like, if you hear the word modest, or if you can just picture, or if you can paint a picture of someone being modest? How can you paint it? Like, can you explain, like, the characteristics of someone who's modest?
Yeah, I feel like that one is a bit dense because modest can have like a lot of like criteria. It can be modern when it comes to character.
Yeah.
Modern when it comes to like clothing.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you want to put it that way, it's more of like, what modest are we looking for? Are we looking for? Because right now someone can be very much modest in the way they look, they're wearing.
Okay.
Like maybe they don't wear like too much revealing clothes. And then, but
So
when you see dressing, so when you automatically go now to say, okay, let me try to know this person, then you find that okay, their mindset is not actually aligned to like what you thought. So most people tend to like think modest is the way you dress,
But you said mindset. go dig
Yeah,
deep.
that's what I'm going. That it's not all about how someone wears. It's
Yeah.
all about the character. Like, what kind of person are you?
Mm.
You know, because nowadays people tend to think that okay, being modest is all clothes. It's not clothes. Mindset, character. How do you carry yourself when you're working? How do you talk to people? Like your daily life. Like, how do you go around it? You know.
Oh, how you talk to
Yeah,
people.
how you talk to people
How you carry yourself.
and all.
Perhaps in your own way, how do you describe modesty?
Modesty is, I think, to put it simply, because you can list a lot of things, I think it's like the amount of effort you put in to preserve your purity.
True, 100%.
You see, most of the important things in the world are hidden. Diamonds, you have to dig deep
Yeah,
under the earth.
exactly.
I think that's what Muhammad Ali was telling his daughters, that valuable things, most of the time, they're all
In the cupboard. Yeah,
yeah. So I feel like, an attempt to preserve your purity, I think that would be like,
Okay.
what about you?
Wait, I have a question for you. So
Yeah.
you
For
said modest, right? You
Yeah.
explained it in your own way. So do you think someone who's modest, because all these terms like they come when it comes to dating lifestyle or relationships and stuff. So do you think everyone, like every guy's type, is someone who's modest?
No, not we cannot. Yeah, not really. Some are, but you find some people are attracted to someone who is not modest. But at the end of the day, right? You want like a modest wife when you're married, but maybe at a certain time in your life,
Yeah.
you enjoy what you see. But when time goes on now, let's say you want to marry, you can't just marry someone just because they look good, their body. You know, you have to look deeper into that. So
Yeah.
at some point in your life, you're like, you can be looking at someone just because you don't want them to be modest. Like, I want them to be ratchet at a certain point of time. But when you mature and you actually understand what it is to, like, maybe start a family, that's when you look for someone proper. Because someone who was
So someone proper is someone who is modest.
modest,
Yeah.
exactly. You understand?
So wait, so you think every guy out there, like when they're looking for a wife, they look for someone who is modest?
What I can say is
Because wait, so if we say modest, if we describe modest in the way that you described it,
yeah,
you find out that some guys, when they're looking for someone to marry,
yeah.
you find that the guy is telling you like, this is my spec, and if you look at that person is completely opposite of the way you describe modest.
Like someone's spec is totally.
Different from the way you describe
Yeah,
modest.
that's why I say people vary. Yeah.
So do you think everyone is looking for someone who's modest?
Not, at a certain point, you realize, okay, I actually needed a modest girlfriend or wife or whatever. You realize at a certain age when you mature, but when you still like just seeing the appearance, and because at the end of the day, appearance is not what you're gonna stay with. You understand? Appearance is not what's gonna raise your kids. You understand?
Okay, yeah, I understand. Go on.
Yeah, so it's at the end, as much as we attracted to someone looking nice or sexy, that's not enough to say, okay, that's my spec. Your spec should be someone that you're able to, when you're ready to marry, spend the rest of your life with.
But okay, I have a question for you guys. You said modesty and purity, they go hand in hand.
Yeah,
So
100%.
do you think like if someone is not modest, they cannot be pure?
They can, but
Yeah.
it's unlikely.
Unlikely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Majority of people, I put myself in trouble. Sorry, viewers, but majority.
Oh, it's fact.
Yeah.
You know, us, like, a lot of people don't like the truth. So if you're someone who tells the truth,
Yeah.
there's always gonna be that kind of that person is gonna say, okay, this guy is talking trash, but you're actually saying the truth.
Yeah. It's just my opinion. No. You feel-
Okay.
But majority
Majority.
of females who are not modest tend to be promiscuous.
Promiscuous.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So wait, I have a question. So you guys, you think like, what are the chances that like you said when you are marrying someone or when you want to settle with someone, what are the chances that when you marry someone who is modest in the way that you describe, what are the chances that the marriage or the relationship is going to survive?
Now I feel like when it comes to that, right?
Yeah.
When you're marrying someone, you should not see the end already, right? But that does not cancel out that it may happen. So they will come a point where you like, okay, this is the person I want to marry. But even if they change later, it's okay. At that moment in time, you saw them fit, and maybe they actually fit to be your wife. But people change, because I always tell people this: trust someone to be who they are, and then if they show you who they are, you should be okay with it.
Okay.
Because right now, I can never like show you. You can never know me 100%. Maybe right now we're friends. Maybe one day I might backstab you. You never know. I'm a human being. You understand?
Possible.
So as much as
For change.
right now we've got trust as friends, you can know that okay, Rana can pull up for me, right? What if one day I don't pull up? You understand? You should be okay to say, okay, you showed me who he is. You understand? So as much as we say maybe they might change later, it's, the benefit of the doubt is good at that point, because they've shown you that okay, I'm very much modest, I'm very much pure.
Okay.
You understand? So let's not look at the end. If the end comes, be okay with it, because that's the most problem that us guys have. You trust someone so much that when the end comes now, because not in most cases that it has to end, right? Some love stories end beautifully, but it's not always.
But you know, you mentioned something interesting that you know, for us guys, I think it's every guy's problem. Sometimes we suffer from the things that we create in our own mind. You know, when you see someone, like you start to paint a picture.
Create your own picture.
You create your own picture. You start to have some imaginations. Then when the truth hits, you can't accept it because you made it the way that you want it to be in your own mind.
In your own mind. That's true.
Expectation.
That's very true, because most people, right? They tend to like, because I feel like girls can't really hide who they are. So you know that she has shown you a lot of red flags. So you know that you're just waiting for it, but you're just like you said, you're painting a picture of her. And then
You're waiting.
Sometimes the red flags they look pink.
you understand what I'm saying? So because I feel like for a woman it's hard. Or at some point during like the talking stage, or when you guys were still like not dating, she showed you that this is who I am, but you tend to turn a blind eye to that. You understand? And then now when it happens, you want to cry saying, okay, why did you do this? For example, that guy, what's his name? Acted Fast and Furious. That guy came on podcast, he's crying, but I'm 100% sure at some point before they started dating, that lady showed her showed him what she is.
But you know, but sometimes you can just be patient with someone, because it's not always when someone shows you their true colors, you just have to explode and to make the decisions there.
I feel like
you need to be patient with someone, but you know, being patient with someone, there's a thin line between being patient and wasting time. If you don't differentiate the two, you can waste time.
But I feel like most ladies are like attracted to masculine men, right? And by that I mean like a masculine man. If you're a masculine man, if you're in talking stage or talking to a girl, and then she shows you a character that you don't like, tell her then that okay, I was hoping to start something with you, but because of this, I can't deal. Because those are in most cases, those are the cases that you come back to, because you ignored them in the first place. So as a masculine man,
that's true.
Straightforward. I didn't like this, and I don't think you're gonna carry on with this. That's it. You find another person.
And you know, if you ignore those things, that's actually a recipe for disaster, because the doors for disrespect will just open up, because they will know that you always give them a leeway.
That's another thing. Woman, right? Once you forgive a woman, right? I'm not saying don't forgive your woman, but once, let's say a woman cheats.
All those boundaries, the extreme boundaries.
The extreme boundaries. Once she crosses it and you forgive her, the respect is thrown out the window.
Yeah.
The love won't be the same again. The relationship won't be the same again because she's already disrespected you.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, it's okay, I forgive you.
Yeah. So
You understand what I'm saying?
a deal breaker should be a deal breaker.
A deal breaker should be a deal breaker.
Yeah.
But again, the situation is tricky because let's say the deal breaker happens and at least you guys are already like married now. Now there's kids involved. Then now the situation becomes tense. But what I'm saying, if it's still early stages, don't try to fix that. Because something that you fix is, for example, if a glass breaks right now,
Yeah.
you try to fix it, you pour water in it, it's gonna spill out, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So we should always be cautious with that. Once someone shows you a red flag at an early stage,
Yeah.
be very much, if they're not willing to change.
Like, okay, wait. Why on red flags? Like, what are the typical examples of red flags that a guy should not tolerate? Because we can call some mistakes a red flag. You know, there's some people like you can actually. Let me give you an example. Like, you can meet someone who's from a different background from yours.
Yeah, true.
You know, a different family setup. Then they don't know something.
Yeah.
They do something that upsets you.
Yeah.
You can not react like this is a red
Yeah,
flag.
that's true.
Yeah.
But
So how do you differentiate between red flags and mistakes?
Mistakes.
a red flag, there's one saying, I'm not going to answer it directly, but I'm going to try to, because there's a saying which goes like, if you're in a relationship,
Yep.
you should take care of yourself for me, or at least I take care of myself for you. You understand? So it's more of like, I should make sure that even if I have any baggage, because not as much as you think that you're living the West life, there's someone always living a Western life than yours. So as much as I've got all my baggages, maybe, I don't know, like everyone has a different background, right?
I'm
Yeah,
telling
yeah.
you.
And we all like have been through a lot. For example, myself, I've been through a lot. So if I bring that into the relationship now, then it has to affect my partner because of my. So you see, so I should make sure that I'm emotionally okay.
Yeah.
Try to fix myself. You understand?
Yeah.
And again, maybe if you're starting a relationship, you should make sure that you're open to each other. Okay, I'm not yet healed. Then if you decide to say, okay, we're gonna do this together, then do it together. You
You
understand?
should heal first.
Yeah. Or first deal, then you come back and talk about it.
Yeah, it's proper for you
Yeah.
to deal with. I feel like you enjoy the relationship
Yeah.
better.
So
Some healing process they take long, some they take short.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you can wait for someone to heal, and they do not heal, or you can wait, they heal. So there's also a thin line between those two.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now it will depend on the individual.
The individual.
Are you willing to wait for that process until she's okay, or the girl is she willing to wait for me to be okay? You
Yeah.
understand?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's either you choose that to wait, or you say no, I can't deal with this. Then you find deal with yourself. I deal with myself. We come back later. Maybe if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. You understand?
But to answer your question,
Yeah.
if the person doesn't know generally from their background, family, and everything,
Yeah.
I feel like first offense,
Yeah.
you can give leeway because they generally didn't know, and that's why I feel like it's important to state all your boundaries, or most of them, cover most of the things that are deal breakers to you, red flags to you.
You know, it's that thing. It's easier said than done. You know, when you're going in a relationship, right?
Yeah.
It's not supposed to be like a set of rules surrounding the relationship, because you know, like there should be some emotional connection between the two of you.
Yeah.
Because if I come here, like let's say I just woke up, I come in here, then I said, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this.
Yeah.
Already everyone is scared of me.
Yeah, true. It's not more of like
No one is going to be open enough to tell me something.
Yeah, true.
So I think there should be a certain approach to how you approach those things.
Yeah.
Because I think you can just take it bit by bit, like bit by bit, like you know, there should be like an open ground for each and every one of you to discuss. Like this thing it upsets me, this thing it upsets me. Then there are some things which will happen. Like then once it happens, you can say I think I don't like this.
Yeah.
Because most of the times, it's not like what you are saying is wrong,
Right.
but the way you are saying it, you can be saying something like correctly,
Yeah.
but in the wrong way.
Yeah,
true.
tone and everything.
Exactly. And once it's like that,
Yeah.
someone is not going to accept it. Because it will be like you're just trying to
Yeah,
say
approach is
something.
very important. How you
Yeah.
approach things.
Like he said,
Yeah.
he used a very nice quote that I like. Save yourself for me, and I save myself.
I like that one. I like that one because if you say I will take care of you and me, that one
You take care of yourself for me, I take care of myself for you. It's that simple.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense because that one shows the level of respect that you have for your partner.
Yeah, true.
Ultimately, it boils down to that because I feel like the more time you spend with someone, you know what they like and what they don't like.
True.
So even if the person is not around, you'll be thinking, oh, maybe this will be offensive to my significant other.
Yeah, true.
So it's not proper for me to be doing that.
that's
And that's another fundamental, like it's even in the Bible.
You see.
Like you shouldn't do unto others as you like them to do back to you. So as much as you're doing something, if right now I'm doing something, let's say I've got a partner, my first question should be, will I be okay if someone was doing the same thing to me? You understand? So if you have that mindset,
that's
I feel
the
like-
golden rule.
Yeah.
That's the golden rule.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like how you guys mentioned about like what are the characteristics of someone being modest. So how is it possible for someone to? So is it like in the girl's hand to be modest, or it comes natural?
Now that one, when it comes to that one, I feel like it also it tends to be natural, right? But in most cases, it has to be brought up from like the family. Because
The family.
Yeah, because usually people from broken homes usually have got they're broken also. You understand? And you, as much as I was saying that you should take care of yourself for me, you can't take care of someone. Take care of yourself if you're already broken. You understand? You can't. So it also leads back to the parents, the mother, the aunties. You understand?
Please elaborate on that one. How
But yeah, I want to understand like it's too late now. The damage has already been
you're
done.
now an adult.
Yeah. How do you maneuver from the family to start your own family with those issues with you?
Yeah, I feel like in today's world it's very difficult because the way people live now is very like back then you could maybe notice from other people, but now it's more of like everyone is doing the same thing. Like
so it's basically
being modest is now a trend. Like not being modest is now a trend.
Yeah.
If you're modest, you like you're not cool.
Wait, so
So transition, even like the marriage ceremony.
yeah.
It's more of like you're transitioning from one father to another. So your father was your provider and protector. Now when you get married, your husband becomes your provider and protector. So it's always a transition from one father to another. So that goes on to say again, we go back to masculine men. A man should understand what he what he should be.
Yeah.
Because if you're not masculine, you won't understand that you're supposed to be a provider. You're supposed to be a protector, right? So I feel like that's why most of the time I'm not like on the like supporting women. I support women, yeah, 100%. But what I'm trying to say is, in most cases, it goes on to it's actually true that the man is the problem. Because if you don't understand your role as a man, then it becomes a problem.
So if a man is a man, most
problems are solved.
Will be
eliminated.
But I like that one. If a man is a man, being a man, most of the problems are eliminated.
Yeah,
but
true.
when because all this topic, like it's you see, all this like what we are saying right now, it's surrounding the relationships.
True.
A relationship sometimes you can be a man, but if your lady is not in a position, it can cause problems.
Yeah,
Because she need to honor you as a man.
Yeah.
Because if she doesn't honor you, it's gonna cause a lot of
like
problems.
That's
Of course.
to as me speaking as a man. That's one thing that can keep like a man, like a woman can keep a man, right? Like what you say,
Honoring him.
honoring him.
But they say we don't know what we want.
What
I guess
us guys, men are
they're not wrong. Because maybe as a man you don't know what you want. So now she can't order
That's not
you.
a man. A man knows what he wants.
I know what I want. Yeah.
But a masculine man, we go back to masculinity, because as much as we're talking about modest,
Yeah.
the lady should be modest. You want a modest woman, but are you masculine? Right?
Okay.
Are you a provider? Are you a protector?
So before you ask, is she modest?
Yes.
You should ask, am I?
Yeah, I'm a man.
You can.
Okay. Yeah, you mentioned something important, but before we go to that one.
Yeah.
Like, so you mean modest is something which has to do with the girl. So there are no parents involved in this. It's just the girl presenting herself in the way which she should, right?
Yeah. Like I said before, it's more of like the parents can mold that.
Yeah.
But if let's say that in that case they didn't, you yourself,
I think
you know
the
what
parents can do to a certain level. There is a certain stage where
you
they
take
can
it
just say
yourself.
you can carry on.
Yeah, true.
They teach you the way,
Yes.
so you can take on from that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's perfect.
Yeah.
So like we are done with this. Like I have a question for you guys because we are saying modest. So what's something equivalent to being modest a man should do? Like when the girls are watching this podcast, they should say like, I want someone who's like this. Because you want someone who's modest, right?
Sure.
What's the equivalent value for someone who's being modest in a man?
Like being a high value man.
Define high value man.
That one, let's
So being a high value man is more of like we go back again. You should take care of yourself, like, and you should be a provider.
see. Self-sustained.
Yeah, self-sustained.
Like
Because
explain how take care of yourself out because
So-
everyone out there, everyone is surviving. And most people say surviving
It's really
is winning. Everyone
but-
is surviving. So how can you say that?
one thing you have to understand is that women always pick the highest, like the highest grade of men.
Okay.
So right now we're three.
Yeah.
If a lady walks in here, she's gonna choose a person who she thinks is like, okay, this is the highest in the room. You understand? So as a man, you should always strive to what? To be the best,
To be the highest.
the highest in the room. Yeah.
Okay.
Shout out to Travis Scott. He's so highest in the room. So you should always like try to be like the best in the room.
Yeah.
How? In which
How?
way? In which
Now
way?
it's like self-sustained.
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
be financially,
Financial stable.
physically.
You know, financial stable, physically fit, masculine. Like you have to have that masculine.
Emotional.
But how does that help her, like in your way, like everything that you're saying? Like,
Because right now, if you feel right, she knows already. Okay, she feels safe. Because what women want is to feel safe. You can't be walking with
safe
someone.
in which way? Emotionally safe, physically safe.
Now it goes on to say you should be able to like render those services, like everything that you should protect her. And protecting someone, that it means that they feel safe with you, right? You should provide, right? But as a man, but like if you're still at boyfriend stage, you should know your limits when it comes to like providing.
Like how do
Provision.
how do you put a line between performing boyfriend duties on performing husband duties on a boyfriend?
What I say when it comes to that, right?
Yeah.
Is if she's still your girlfriend, never try to take the role of her father.
Like what are the roles of the fathers?
Yes.
Like, if
For-
I'm like, let's say I'm dating someone,
Yeah.
then I'm doing what should I not do? What should I do?
Like one good example would be if she's your girlfriend. I don't think it's wise to take her to school.
I knew you were going to say that. I knew it.
That's the most like
I knew it. I was like,
you should never play. Obviously, as a boyfriend, I just
Yeah.
call a lady.
Yeah.
That's okay, but
Yeah.
never try to play a role of your father
Okay.
when you're not married.
Uh,
You understand what I'm
I have
saying?
a follow-up question.
Yes.
So let's say you are married. Let's say you are married, and your wife wants to upgrade the level of education. Maybe she got a bachelor's, she wants a master's, or maybe PhD, or she just wants to do a certain course. What should you do?
Yeah, that one is tricky.
You are a husband, right?
No, what do you mean?
Yeah, you are the husband, and now she's your wife. You need to
Oh,
do
okay, okay.
husband duties.
Okay. Well, but that one is okay. It's okay, but then it goes on deeper to say, like, what were that person's parents doing during the time which they were supposed to
No.
take her to school? Wait, But
Me, I have a different opinion.
wait. Now, which because not everyone comes from the same background.
Yeah.
Maybe it was tough,
Yeah.
right? So that goes on to say you understand the situation because there's some people their parents send them to school, but during that time they were playing around, being ratchet and all that stuff. Then that was a different case. But if someone for a fact they came from a different background, then as a man, as the husband, I can upgrade them. You understand? Because
Just like Jay-Z.
just like Daisy, because
Okay.
wherever she's going, she's representing me. You understand? So that one goes on with like the way you guys, but never perform like take the role of a father when you're still a boyfriend.
Yeah, I have a follow-up question. Like, why
No.
why does she feel the need to now improve her studies?
Okay, let's
just
say
because you've
now we live in a very much unexpected world. Like everything is now changing.
Yeah.
Now we are using AI. A robot can just walk in. Maybe she was a janitor. That job is no longer there. It's being performed by robots. So now she needs to find something that can sustain it. Let's say you are not financially stable also. Sometimes, maybe you are, but sometimes...
I feel like that's another thing, right? That's another thing that empowering people close to you is, I feel like that's the most important thing. Be it your brothers, friends, your wife, because as much as maybe I'm financially stable, if I'm the only one who has money, then everyone's gonna be just asking for. But and if I go down, no one's gonna pick me up. So empowering your family members, even your wife is a family member, your friends also, your close group. Because right now, if we all stand, Lambos parking outside, business going on like that, it'd be good. Even if I fall, I know that someone can pick me up.
But jealousy is low if the whole squad is
winning.
Yeah,
Exactly.
of course,
You understand? So, as much as you don't want to upgrade it, I feel like it's necessary in a way if you understand like where she's coming from.
Me personally, I feel like, in my situation, I'm speaking for myself. I feel like for me to be in a relationship, I need to see that I can sustain myself. Two, I can sustain another person. And three, if it all goes wrong, I have a backup plan in place.
True.
For that.
And it's actually sad. Sometimes you can do everything right, but still fail.
Of course.
You can do everything right, but still fail. With all these things being mentioned, you said you need to empower someone. I've heard some stories of people who took their, not girlfriends, wives to school. And I think like being a man is one of the toughest things in this life, because the guys who took these wives, I know like a particular person, like one guy who took his wife to school.
Okay.
He was not educated, the guy.
My brother.
He was not educated,
Yeah.
and he took his wife to school.
Yeah.
After graduating, she leveled up. She came back and she told the guy, "You are not my level. You need to level up or we break up."
But that's very unfortunate because such a situation to happen. But it also does not cut out that some people can still like be genuine, that they know that okay, this man made me level up. One day you're down, they're gonna pick you up. So it's not in most cases that it can end up like that.
Me, I think it's in most cases. You know what?
Yeah.
Me, I understand. Me, you told me you should let a woman be who she is.
Yeah, true.
Don't try to change her.
Yeah.
If you look at female nature in general, women are hypergamous. That essentially just means that they date up. They look for someone smarter than them, stronger than them,
everything
higher
is
earning than
superior.
them. You see. So in situations like that now, whereby she upgrades, it's highly likely for her to look down upon you, because like maybe at work she's now seeing guys who are doing better than you on a daily basis. You see, and the options are there, of course.
Yeah, no, I feel like the upgrade thing, it should be in line with, for example, let's say, personally, like what I think, let's say about businesses.
Yeah.
And then she's not literate enough to like knowledgeable enough to be able to help me run the business, right? Then that way you can try to advance but not like taking her so you go and study law.
Do your own thing.
Come on.
No. You know, it's a matter of situations.
Yeah, exactly.
You cannot channel it to certain
Yeah.
occupations or what.
Yeah.
You can just come up with an idea. I want to go and do robotics. What do you do?
I want to go and I want to go and do nursing.
I'm telling you. And you know,
Yeah.
you'll be just sitting there like, hey, robotics. You look at you have a polytechnic certificate. But you are actually sufficient enough to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it comes to that, in most cases, like I'm not saying ladies should not work. You guys should definitely work.
Yeah.
But once a lady is going to work, right? Automatically there is a certain level of like she as much as you're the husband, there's no way that if you guys knock off at 6, she's gonna prepare a meal for you. In most cases, that's where you get. Now you have to hire a house helper. Then now the house helper is doing all the duties that their wife is supposed to be doing.
And you know,
So it goes on to say, as a man, you should know if you want a working woman or a stay-at-home.
Which one do you prefer? Stay at home.
Like personally,
Yeah.
nah, that is tricky.
It's a
you
personal
know what
preference.
you want.
You know what you want.
It's a personal preference.
Yeah, personal
You are not trying to impose it on someone.
I feel like I can accept a working woman as long as she knows.
Your ideal one is a working woman. Your ideal choice.
Yeah, because I'm more like into intellectual. You understand? Like you should be able
Should
to.
be intellectual or stay at home.
Yes. Obviously, the ideal would be stay-at-home wife, but what are the chances that you get a stay-at-home wife now?
I know a lot of females who are really, really smart, like super
Yeah,
smart,
but-
and they'll prefer that their husband provides everything and they stay at home and stay to home.
So you guys, while still on that, you mentioned something about masculinity
Yeah.
and stuff. But I personally think in today's generation, we do not have masculinity anymore. Like it's deteriorating at an alarming rate.
Yes, and that's really a pity.
It's
It's
a
a
pity. It's a pity.
It's a pity because we are losing a room man.
That's gone, man.
There's a few left.
Of course.
Yeah.
Right now, the situation like right now when you're in most people, if you want to say that you're not like that masculine,
Yeah.
right? We tend to, and the ladies have mastered that art that if she thinks that you're like she's the best thing ever that has ever happened to you, like she's the most beautiful, like if you rate her that much, I'm not saying don't rate your ladies, but as much as you rate her that much, she knows that you're not gonna leave. She's gonna continue pushing the boundaries.
Yeah.
Treat her like a celebrity.
Yeah,
Treat her
she's
like a fan.
gonna push those boundaries to a point where she knows that even if she does anything, she's your queen. You won't do anything.
You don't have the guts to leave.
Yeah, you don't have the guts to leave. True. So as a man, never like, as much as you love her, never like, you should be always able to leave when she disrespects you.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
So when she crosses your boundary,
Yeah, because once she crosses a boundary, and like I said before, you forgive. She's gonna next time she comes, she's gonna put the boundaries somewhere where you won't be even able to recover.
Yeah.
Yeah.
modern masculinity.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know, like you explained that I feel like there is still a lot to be done on the men's side, because nowadays there is a lot of bullshit which is going on. Like you can go out on a date with a girl, then you start saying 50-50. Where have you seen that?
Yeah, no, that's
50-50.
that one is I feel like if you're a man or a boy or whatever, and you still believe that if you go, once you decide to go with a girl on a date, be able to pay like 100% of the amount that you guys are gonna spend there.
That's being a man.
Yeah.
But sometimes, you know, there's this saying like, if the girl is the one who asks you out, she should pay.
No.
I feel like
I
if
feel
the
like-
girl asks you out,
first date,
you when you accept, you have taken that responsibility.
I feel like if it's first date, you should pay. Automatically, if you can't afford to pay the bill, then you're not ready to go on that date.
You know, the first time you are like, let's say you go out on a date, maybe she asked you out, then you go out on a date, then she said, let me pay. If you accept that, you've opened the door for disrespect. Because
Like,
she's not the main. She's not the main.
She
in the
automatically
relationship.
takes the power from you.
Yeah,
Because now it's on a terms.
exactly.
You understand? So I feel like first date, maybe now when you're in a relationship, it's my birthday or your lady just wants to treat you, then that's okay.
Exactly.
But first date, first impression,
You let it.
you let it pay. That's crazy.
No,
If you're not
guys.
ready to pay the full amount, don't go on a date.
Guys,
you're not
guys,
ready to date.
guys, no, guys, all things you can do, but this 50-50 nonsense has to stop.
Yeah.
This 50-50 nonsense has to stop.
Should
If you are being a man enough, you should be able to take care of the bill.
Yeah.
And you know, like,
I feel like 50-50 in everything. You should never like say 50-50, even like when you're not married.
It's 100-100.
Yeah, it's 100-100.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. And you know, the funny thing is like, sometimes some people, you know, like when you see a girl, she's up there, you are trying to embrace the boys, you know, that's how some disasters begin. Because sometimes, like us men, we want people that embrace like the friends, but that's not actually the person we need.
Yeah.
Exactly. So she will start telling you like, I want this restaurant, and you don't have the guts to say no because you think she's out of your league.
Right.
Like what I say,
Yeah.
the moment you have that mindset of saying she's out of your league,
Yeah.
she's gonna run over you.
Exactly.
On that mindset of thinking that someone is out of your league, I think it's not just that thought does not just come by itself. I think it feels like it comes from knowing that maybe you've not reached your potential, or two, you think like you're not the type of man that she deserves.
Yeah.
So I advise, if you have that type of mindset, you should build yourself to the best version of yourself. True. Where you truly feel, because I feel like the harder you work, the luckier you get.
Yeah.
So if you build yourself in all aspects, you yourself will feel like you are the prize. You have to make yourself the prize. And it's evidence now, not just thinking that you are the prize without evidence. No, give yourself evidence.
Yeah,
That's all I think.
That's very true, because most people, if you're, especially in the dating game, you should know like yourself, like where to sleep. As much as you might have confidence, but insurance, what did they say? Insurance, like you have to like build yourself up as a man. Like you can't just right now start to say, okay, I want. Even like during my high school, I knew that okay, yeah, this one I can't even go there. You understand what I'm saying? I can't even like try to ask out this girl because I knew that I was personally. So you should do some reality check. As much as you say, yeah, just go for it, just go for it. There's sometimes you have to do a reality check.
Right.
Do I like really? Am I able to maintain this person?
You know, once that thinking comes up, you should know, like your body should start shaking, like you should start realizing, like I think there's something that I'm doing wrong. You need to to build yourself up. That you think like I can do this.
Yeah.
Right.
No one can stop me. So once that thinking starts to mount up in your head, you should know, like I think I should be doing something good.
Yeah, so you should mostly like be realistic with yourself. Like, okay, like can I really do this? If or automatically when you ask yourself that question, you're not ready to do that.
Yeah.
Like stay on the league and
You know,
yeah,
that's actually it's a pity.
yeah, it's a pity.
It's a pity. And most of our guys will end up settling for people to embrace us rather than knowing the people that they need.
True.
Yeah.
Because if you're dating someone to impress us and you're not happy, then
You cry on
you
your own.
cry on your own.
You
That's why
won't be
you come back and we even call you on this podcast when they had to break you.
there. Yeah.
You understand? Because our girls nowadays they dribble.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you're going through.
Exactly.
And as a man, you should not cry. Pick yourself up. Make the best out of every situation that you're in. No matter even if the life is throwing lemons, make lemonade, like you say. You understand?
Yeah.
Because the moment you start sobering and crying, then it's shy.
That's time also. That's going.
Yeah.
Planning is
And
true.
you know, you should not feel sorry for yourself.
So-
Whatever happens, happens. Like, life is supposed to be hard, especially for a man. Like, imagine those people.
Comfortable. Yeah.
Imagine those people in World War II, World War I. This world wouldn't be what it is today
Yeah.
if it wasn't for those guys.
True.
Do you think the people we have right now, like in this generation, the men that we have can be able to withstand what happened
Right
in World
now, in China, it's winter. It's approaching winter. It's not exactly winter. So a guy will tell you I can't go outside because it's 0 degrees or negative. Like, you're a man, whatever.
I'm telling you.
You remember that time when I was talking to that other boy, we used to go to the gym with him.
Yeah.
But then when it got to like snow,
Yeah.
he stopped going.
So great.
He's like, it's too cold. I'm like, nigga, you are very weak.
You know, that's why all this bullshit of I identify as the gay stuff like that.
I had this recent story that guy, what's his name?
Khalid. Bruh, I used to like his music.
Bro.
Bro. I was so disappointed.
It was on my playlist, bro.
I was so disappointed. You know, I started sensing the.
Okay,
So this guy was singing for another man. Like, really? Seriously?
Yeah.
It's the same with the Sam Smith
Sam
situation.
Smith. Yeah, I used to like that guy. His music was good, bruh.
This is so
Okay.
heartbreaking, bro.
You know, it all comes with this, like, toxic femininity too much. Like, people are absorbing everything.
Right
Right?
now, maybe if there was a young star looking up
Up to him.
now he thinks that's right.
That's
Yeah,
the
it's a
blueprint
trend.
of the men.
Yeah.
And that's how weak men are created each and every time.
The role model.
God. Hey, that's so disgusting.
You know,
But
I was so disappointed in that guy because no way. I used to like his music, bro. I used to like his music. I can actually sing some of the songs word to word. Now I don't know how am I going to
Okay.
erase the songs from my head because like even if I hear it somewhere else, I
Sing
can
along.
start singing.
that was unexpected.
It all comes like with this being too much soft. You want soft things like how? You know, sometimes I think people are losing their minds.
you see, every day men posting soft era. Soft eras is for women.
Yeah.
So soft era.
I'm
Like
telling
you
you.
should never stand up for soft.
You know, one thing I appreciate about being a man is that you get to become a father.
True.
And when you become a father, your son will come to you with problems. And you should have the solution.
Yeah.
So every time I encounter a problem, I not only try to fix it, but I try to remember the
Yeah,
steps.
yeah, the
you know,
steps.
yes,
So that way-
so that I can pass on that experience. You know, it's not everyone who knows fire is hot that was burnt. Some people heard it from people.
Yeah.
You can avoid a lot of generational trauma just by conquering.
Yeah.
Imagine like you have been this soft. Imagine your son looking up to another man. It's so heartbreaking, man.
That's
That's
a
how
great
life is saying now. Like,
Yeah.
not a lot of people are strong. You know, and there's only a few role models that you can say, okay, this is a real man. You understand? So I feel like that should be one target that if you don't hear a real man, masculine,
Yeah.
try to like if you see someone who's weak, try to like talk to them, make sure that you try to make them masculine because we can do it one man at a time. We'll get there.
Yeah, also the remedy is try your best to mentor other men.
True. Because you can't be having a friend that say, okay, I went on a date with my girlfriend or with this other girl and then we paid 50-50. Like, what the heck? 50 what?
You know,
That's crazy.
you know some disrespect some
Yeah.
men go through. You start disrespecting yourself first.
Yeah. True.
Then they just come with their own disrespect. Then you're not feeling bad because you think everything is supposed to be soft. How can you go on a date and say 50-50?
You can't. Once you decide to go out with someone, make sure you can deliver.
I like that situation whereby I think you help someone was doing something that was out of the masculine frame.
Yeah.
I won't use a specific example, but you mentioned that example and you actually told him like, hey, a man is actually supposed to do this.
Sure.
And the guy immediately fixed it. Today I was with the same I was with the same guy and I could tell there's a shift in the mindset.
Yeah.
And that's where it starts.
Yeah, true.
Of course, it's not perfect, but He's
you
he's
start
in the right
somewhere.
direction.
Yeah.
Right. So
That's one thing you should know as a man. You should start somewhere. You can't. Everyone who is successful today, they didn't just start being successful.
yeah.
You understand? You start down. Yeah.
Yeah,
It
start
doesn't
from
mean
nothing.
you build up. You build up gradually. You get there. Because
Discipline should be always on the tip of your fingers. Do you remember? I remember there's a time when we went to, I think we went to play basketball,
You're right.
and I had a lot of work to do after that game. And I was so tired. I remember that day very well. I was so tired, like to an extent that I even like felt sleeping while I was walking to my room. I was like, oh. Then when I got to my room, I was like, hey, I still need to do this, but I'm tired. Then I said, okay, let me go and sleep. The moment I slept, I heard some voices in my head like, you need to do what you were supposed to be doing. You need to do that. Then I woke up. Then after some few minutes, I was like, I'm tired. I need to sleep. I went back to sleep. I came back and I was like, hey. And then just, if I'm going to sleep, I'll sleep on the chair here.
Yeah.
So,
that
like,
was discipline.
discipline, you need, like, no matter how hard it is,
Yeah.
you should do it.
Even if it's not even if it's not comfortable.
Yeah.
Which you do.
I think it's mostly about keeping the promises that you make to yourself.
Some true
And that will
100%.
develop that self-trust and it will develop the self-respect.
You know, it builds confidence. Because there's a book which I read. It's called Eat That Frog.
Or eat the frog.
Eat the Frog. Yeah. It also says something like that. That you should try to tackle like the hardest task that you have for the day. It automatically when you tackle the hardest task, you're motivated. You can do anything. You understand? And that's like as much as motivation doesn't take you like it doesn't like it's not like the most important.
Yeah.
Because if you don't have discipline, then you can't do anything.
Right, right.
So try to take all your tasks. If you tell yourself, this is what I'm gonna do, make sure that you go through with it.
Yeah.
You understand? So yeah.
So the circumstances should not be a barrier.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, no matter how you feel,
Yeah.
you should do what you're supposed to be doing. No
I
matter
feel cold, I feel no. As a man you don't even say it, man.
the girl broke my heart,
Nah.
she did this, then what? You're supposed to be doing what you're supposed to be doing. Don't even care about what happened. It happened.
And
So leave it. It's dead.
In most cases, a girl dumps you, then you sober, your life becomes like a mess. Like what you should do is level up.
You know, in most cases,
And then
people, let's say they're in a situation, or maybe they lost their lover, or they lost a relative, or
yes, that's where you have the most motivation.
yeah. But usually, there are two choices.
Yeah.
It's either you choose to escape reality, or it's
You
either you
face it.
choose to face reality. And most of the times, people want the easy things. They choose to escape the reality.
That is a
They start
crossroad.
doing drugs,
Yeah.
alcohol. You know, when you are drunk, life is just moving in a fast life, but you are actually in a slow mo.
Yeah, true. Because at the end of the day, you come back to reality.
Exactly.
So face it. Just face it head on. That's what a real man does.
I feel like that's what separates the average from the elite.
Yeah.
Because it seems like it's a mystery. How do these people get to this level while most people are at this level?
Yeah,
It's
I think
situations
the
like that. That's a crossroad. I had a mentor in high school. No, primary school, just final year.
So yes, primary school.
Primary school, final
You
year.
guys be on another level.
I'm telling you because they give you this advice. You're just entering teenagehood.
Oh,
You're trying to experiment and whatnot. They let you know you're gonna feel like this, but you have to respond this way because these are the risks. So it was kind of like a workshop. Yeah. So it was saying like life is basically crossroads. Where you are right now, you have a lot of potential, but you don't have substance yet. For you to reach from that potential to the substance, it's just a series of decisions. You'll be met with decisions where like a crossroad, like a T-junction, left or right. And based off of a combination of those, that will either reach you to the dream version of yourself that you want to be, or a failed version that wonders, what if I did that?
Yeah,
exactly.
So it's crossroads like that.
Yeah, there's also a saying that a man has like two lives, and the one starts when you're born,
Yeah.
and the other one starts when you realize why you're God. You understand?
I like that part. Yeah.
Because you can be living right now, but you actually don't know your purpose.
Yeah,
you don't know what you want in life.
Yeah.
So the moment you know what you want and you put in the work to try to achieve that,
Yeah.
then that's when the second life starts now.
yeah.
You understand? So start where you are.
I cannot say like right now I fully figured out life, but with the little that I know I can actually change something.
Yeah, true.
I can change something, and to be honest with you, I changed my life from the way I used to live and to where I am today. And I can see like the few things, the tiniest things that I changed,
Yeah.
they made who I am today.
Yeah. They'll build you up.
Yeah.
That is
And I still believe like
Yeah.
if I keep on doing like the way I'm doing it,
true. The only way is up.
I'm telling you,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I will come back to this podcast and tell you a difference.
Yeah.
In fact,
Yeah.
it's not like a possibility, it's an obvious thing.
Yeah.
I'll come back to this.
You are
podcast.
coming.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
coming
coming
back.
with you.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I'm coming back to this podcast.
You're coming, yeah?
I'm coming back to this podcast and tell my story.
Yeah.
I'll, like that time,
definitely.
listen people,
Yeah.
that time I'll tell you like everything about myself, everything,
Yeah.
and you understand what I'm talking about right now. I'll tell you everything.
Nah, that's some dope conversation. So, like, with that being said, like, what's your final say on modest and masculinity? Like, what's like the final thing that we can leave the viewers with, like modesty and masculinity?
Masculinity, I'll say, do what you can with what you have, right where you are. Don't think when I get this and that, then I'll start. No, start right where you are with what you have. Look around, use what you have. And then
Okay, that's
the
dope.
first.
Okay.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, I can see you guys are really much motivated, but you didn't mention about the modest part because we also talked about that. So, what's the message that you want to leave when it comes to like modest?
Modesty.
Yeah.
Of course, you know the young girls, you know, like nowadays they don't really, they feel like, how do you, media is pushing it as if modesty is
Yeah.
not as important as it actually is.
Yeah, true.
So I'm just encouraging women, we value your modesty. We value your modesty. It's still valued. There's still men who value modesty. Because you know sometimes even girls are like ashamed of being virgins.
Yeah, true. Now that's the case now. It's sad.
We value your modesty.
It's
That's
Yeah.
more popular not being a virgin than being one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and one thing that I can emphasize on is taking advice from anyone. You know, sometimes when someone tells you something, you need to pause for a second and think, do I want to be like this person? If your answer is no, then don't take their advice because their thinking made them you don't want to become. Take advice from people you admire. Like, I want to be like this person. So that's where you should take advice from, not everyone. Yeah, you can listen to everyone, but you need to be able to decipher like, is this really what I want? If it's not, then just ignore it. Because, you know, in Shona, there's a saying which goes like, go for no kurao, which means like they dumb, they grow old. So,
So, yeah, that's it from us, guys, from A Life in Real Time. And thank you guys for logging in with us. And yeah, you guys should subscribe more because this is only the beginning and we're about to take off. Like, yeah, what do you have to say to our viewers before we sign out, guys?
so you guys, thank you for subscribing and thank you for 500 subscribers. We are actually looking forward to bring more interesting content for you, and you'll be seeing a lot of people, the new hosts, the girls, the stuff like that. We don't segregate people. Anyone can come to the podcast. This is your podcast, like your favorite podcast. We can talk about anything else. And guys, thank you so much. We are going to host a party once we reach 1,000 subscribers,
Yes.
1,000 views. A party is coming for you guys, so stay tuned. Tell a friend to tell a friend.
Yeah, you know what time it is.
Subscribe, like, and share. That's it. Peace out. Life in real time.
You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Let's go.
When are you guys getting married?
That one is
Let me drink. I'm drinking.
Sips water.
This one is bigger than the country. That water's bigger.
Maybe you can ask Ray that question.
Ray, when are you getting married?
I'll be here by 2030.
2030.
2030 I'll
Yeah,
be here.
but
Yeah.
on the marriage thing, do you guys think that there's maybe a certain age that people should get married? Like, do you think that maybe after a certain age, like, what's your take on that? On marriage, when should one get married?